A warm welcome to everyone to this video lecture. In today's class we will learn, or rather we will execute one C program to find the largest number in an array. We have learned arrays in the previous lectures. So in this class what we'll do is we'll find the largest number in an array. Now when I say array, let's deal with one dimensional array. So let's write the C program. As you can see, this is the online compiler. So I'm compiling down, I'm writing actually the code, and then I will be compiling using this online compiler. And above the screen what you see is an Excel sheet. So this Excel sheet I have just kept open so that I show you all how exactly the array will be stored in the memory and how the calculations or the operations will be performed on this array. So without wasting time, let's start. The first line would be the header file. So we are using the stdio.h header file. The next line is the main function. Now let's write the code inside the main function. So the first line of code in the main would be to declare whatever we require. So the first thing we require is an array. So let's say the array maximum size of the array, let us give as 100. So which means the array can have 100 elements. Let us also use or declare one loop variable, because as you know, whenever there is an array we always require a for loop. So the for loop requires a loop variable. So let us call it as I, and let us declare another variable, say max, to store this largest number in the array. Okay, so far this is what we have declared. Now since I have declared this array A, let us write over here in the Excel sheet as well this same array. The name of the array is A. Now as you see, the array will be created in the memory and the size of the array will be 100. Okay, while declaring basically. But when we are taking actually input, we will be taking input for whatever the user asks the array size to be. Okay, so for that we will have to ask the user for the size of the array. So the first thing you would do is write a printf statement where you are asking the user the size of the array. Now when I say size of the array, it is how many elements to be stored in the array. Okay, so the printf statement, to store the value obviously we use a scanf statement, %d, because this is the size of the array should be always in the form of an integer number, and ampersand, let us say the array size is basically say n, and let us end this scanf statement. Now since we have used the variable n, we got to declare it as well, otherwise we would get a syntax error. So after this, after we have stored the size of the array, let us then take the input of all the variables, or all the, not variables, sorry, all the elements in this given array. So for that I would have to write a for loop. Okay, so say the for loop is I equal to 0, semicolon, I less than n, I plus plus. Alright, so this would be the for loop for taking the input from the user. Now before this, let us write one printf statement so that the user knows that he or she has to enter the number or enter the elements in the array. So let's say enter the elements in the array. So this is a user entered elements array. Okay, now how do we take input in this array, obviously scanf statement, and %d because the array is of the type integer, comma, ampersand a because a is our array, and I. So every time this I will keep on incrementing. So the first time I would be 0. So say I would be first time 0, then I would be 1, then I would be 2, then I would be 3, and then 4, and so on. Okay, so say if you enter the size of the array as 5, then it will start from 0, then it will go to 1, 2, 3 and 4. It will stop at 4. So which means this actually represents a of 0. This would be actually a of 1. At this index it would be actually a of 2, and at this index would be a of 3, and here it would be a of 4. So let us create one array. Let us draw the array form so that you get a better idea to visualize the array. Alright, so this is my array. As you see, let us just keep the number of variables as 5. So suppose that the user enters the size of the array as 5, this is how it would be created. Okay, first index will be a of 0, then a of 1, a of 2, a of 3, a of 4. Now this is exactly how this value of I will be incremented. So first time I would be 0, next time I would be 1, then the I would be 2, then I would be 3, and I would be 4. Okay, so when I is 0, that time you will enter some elements over here. So suppose say I enter 23, 23 will be stored over here. Then when I becomes 1 in the for loop, the element will be stored in this position. Then when I becomes actually say 2, that time here you will be storing the variable, so say 67. And finally when say I becomes 3, that time we will store over here. So say we enter 91, and the next thing would be if I is 4, then you would store in the last position, which is this. Okay, so this is how you would store the variable. So hence that I variable plays a very important role for every time incrementing and taking the inputs. So as you see, I have on top stored one example to show you. If the array has 5 elements, the size of the array basically is 5, then in that case this is how it would be stored, and this is how the input will be taken from the user. The next thing you have to now do in this program is to find the largest. Alright, so let us say we take this max element, okay, or the max variable, and this max variable is a variable, normal variable, which we will be using to store the number which is the largest in the array. Okay, so let us initialize here to the first variable in the array. Okay, so basically max, which is the maximum element, is initialized to the first element of the array. So in my example on the top, as you see, which is the first element, 23 is the first element which you see. So max will be initialized to 23. Okay, the reason behind doing that is you need some kind of a starting point to start off with the comparison. Hence we do this. Okay, next let us see how to go about. We have to write a for loop for checking of the numbers. So the technique what we actually be using over here is searching. We have to search for that element which is the largest in the array. Okay, so again we need a for loop, because you just can't search in an array without writing a for loop. A for loop is a must. So this is the same for loop which was used to take input. I am writing the same ways. Alright, after this, in the body of the for loop, you would have to write or check the elements with each other. Like what would you actually check for? You would compare them with each other and see which is the largest. So comparison operators would be used basically. Okay, so you have to check or write if statement. I would use a if statement. Okay, if max, okay, the maximum number, basically whatever is the max number, that is less than a of I, okay, then I will explain you all this with an example. If right now you all are not understanding, you will understand it when I take an example. This would be the statement. So this would be with the statement basically. I hope you all can see it. I'll just scroll down so that you can see it better. So this is the statement for checking, two statements required for actually checking which numbers are the largest or which number or element is the largest in the array. Okay, so after this we would have to print which is the largest element. So we put a printf statement, the largest element in the array is, and let's print which is the largest element in this place. Largest element is stored in max. So that is it. Okay, so basically the logic for this thing works something like this ways. I will show you all with this example on top. Okay, so these are the elements, suppose say taken input from the user 23, 45, 67, 91 and 10. As you see in this line where max is equal to a of 0, which means the max variable will be assigned to what is there in a of 0. So in my example, in a of 0 there is 23. Alright, so let us assign max to 23. Alright, so let us assign max to 23. Max is now having value of 23. Okay, max is a variable basically. So the first thing which happens after this, what you have to do is execute the for loop. Okay, so let us now execute the for loop with the example. So first time I will be 0. So when I is 0, that time you have to check if max is less than a of I. So first time when I is 0, a of I would be a of 0. So is max less than 23? Actually what is max? Max is also 23 and what is present in a of 0 is also 23. So it is not actually less than, it is equal to. So because of which this thing, okay, this line will actually not get executed. So this line what you see over here is actually inside the if loop, if statement, sorry. So this will be executed only if the if condition is true. Whatever is inside the if statement will be executed if the condition is true or the condition is met. So right now it is not really less than, it is equal to, hence it will not be executed. The next time I will be now 1. Okay, so when I is 1, again you have to check is max less than a of I. Currently a of I would be 45 because a of 1 is 45 in the array. So is 45 less than, sorry, 23 less than 45? Is it the case? Because max is 23 and 45 is what is there in the a of I. Is 23 less than 45? Yes, 23 is less than 45. Hence what will happen is what is inside the if statement body would be executed, that is max equal to a of I. So whatever is in a of I, currently you are at this part, currently you are at a of I. So a of I value, which is 45, will be then stored in max variable. So 45 will be put in max variable. So now 45 is the new value of max. Max will no more have this 23 anymore. It is updated to 45. Alright. So that is it. You're done with the if statement. You will again then execute the for loop. So this time I will be actually incremented the next thing. So I will be 2. So I will be 2, hence let's look at what is to be currently looked into. So I is 2, which means you have to check is max less than a of I. So currently your a of I is this, a of 2 basically, because I has now become 2. So is max, which was 45, less than a of I, which is 67. Yes, it is. So because the condition is true, what you have to do is you have to execute this line which says max equal to a of I. So let us put in max what is in a of I. So right now a of I is actually a of 2. So what is in a of 2? 67. So let us put that 67 in the max variable. So max variable is now updated. Alright, let us go on to the next thing. Now the value of I will be 3. Okay, so I will be incremented to 3, and this is what we have to look at now because it is a of 3. So what you have to check is max, which is actually currently 67, max variable, less than a of 3, which is 91. Yes, it is less than 91. Hence what we do is we have to again execute what is inside the if statement body. Okay, so what is that? Max equal to a of I. So which means the max variable will take a new value, which is a of 3. What is an a of 3 right now? 91. So the value of max is updated. And for the last time when I becomes 4, okay, now currently we are actually at I equal to 4. So this is what we have to look at. Okay, now in this part, max, you will check for max less than a of I. So what is max variable? 91, and a of I, which is actually currently a of 4, is having a value of 10. Okay, in a of 4 there is 10 in the array. Is 91 less than 10? No, 91 is not less than 10. Hence what happens is this will not be executed because this condition, if condition, fails. Hence the body of the if statement will not be executed. Okay, and then again you will execute the for loop. I will be then 5 and I less than n. How many number of elements you had actually over here? 5. Okay, so n, if n is 5, in this case n will be 5. So 5 less than 5. That time you will not execute the for loop because that's it, you have reached the end of the array. There are no more elements in the array to check for. Hence you finish with the for loop, and what you do is you print what is just outside the for loop. And what is that? This is the printf statement printing what is stored in the max variable. So currently what will be in the max variable at last? In max variable there is 91 as per our example. So as you see in the array, is 91 the maximum element? Yes. Or the largest element? Yes, of course. 91 is the largest element, and that is what will be printed onto the screen. So you will get the largest element in the array is 91. So this is how the program would look like. Let us now execute and see. Let us run the program. Okay, so size of the array, let's give the same example size what we have taken. We have taken an array of size 5, so 5 elements. Enter the elements in the array. So let us enter the same example what we have taken. Okay, over here, same example. 23, sorry, it is typing here. Okay, 23 first element, then 45 second element, then 67 the next element, then 91 the next element, then 10 is the next element. I press enter. This is what the output is displayed. The largest element in the array is 91, which is what we got when we trace the program over here. So max was actually having value of 91. Okay, so this is how the C program to find the largest element in an array is executed. So this is how you see it. The output at the bottom, and this is the program. Alright, so that is it for this class.